As we continue to follow the elite races and hundreds of athletes competing and telling their stories, there is one story in particular that we want to tell happening off the competition floor. 32-year-old Holly Myers with Majestic CrossFit is competing her own battle. After having a brain tumor removed in 2010, she recently developed a second tumor, which she had removed just 3.5 weeks ago. She was here today for just a few hours, and I was able to sit down with her to talk more about her story. I am joined now with Holly Myers, such an inspirational story. I'm so happy that you have a few moments to sit down and chat with us today. How are you feeling today?
So far, so good. I'm having a good morning.
Let's go back and kind of talk about your journey. You were going to be here this weekend. Let's talk about your nameplate around your neck right now. You were going to compete and be an athlete.
Yeah, I was supposed to compete in the RX individual, did the qualifiers, and yeah, unfortunately I'm not.
And talking to that, back in 2010, you had brain surgery for a tumor.
Yes.
What has brought you up to the point that you're at now and ultimately not being able to compete this weekend?
Yeah, so in 2010 I had a surgery for a benign brain tumor. This kind of tumor is not supposed to regrow, but I won the lottery, so of course mine did, along with a cyst in my brain. Found this out in September and had my surgery again October 15th, so it's been about 3.5 weeks. And I'm still working up to being able to walk, and go up and down stairs is still difficult. So I'm only a spectator for this weekend.
So while you were training for Desert City Classic, you actually qualified while you had the brain tumor?
Yes. So I had started to have some dizzy symptoms, but it actually was during the qualifier where I really kind of stepped back and was like, oh, this isn't normal. Because during one of the events, I was really, really dizzy, and at a certain point, I couldn't even see anymore. And it was 112 degrees or 118 degrees that day, so it was so easy to be like, oh, this is just heat exhaustion or something. But in talking to other competitors, they're like, that didn't happen to me, and I just did it 5 minutes ago. And then that kind of made me think, I should probably pay attention to this. Yeah.
But you're here today just for a few hours. You're part of the affiliate CrossFit Majestic, who's in the VIP area because they have so many athletes competing this weekend, and they did something special for you. Can you tell me what happened? Did you know about it, and what has that experience been like?
Yeah, I had no idea about this, but they all coordinated hanging a sign in my honor along with the business that my husband and I are opening. So it's called Stella's Ice Cream, and it is a small franchise out of Idaho, but we're bringing it here to the Phoenix, Gilbert area. And so yeah, they put that together, signed it all, and it was just kind of special to see that, because my husband said, oh, we have a surprise for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he brings me over to the sign, and I'm like, I start tearing up before us. I'm like, it was really nice. Yeah.
Going through something that is probably the most life-changing thing that you've encountered in your life, but having a CrossFit community that is still able to add joy and still, bring you were in New Jersey for brain surgery 3.5 weeks ago up until now, and you're coming here just for a few hours to support them. What does it mean to be part of a community like that still gives you things to, be happy about, and that community aspect?
Yeah, it's an incredible community to lean on. And before I left for surgery, I didn't tell many people. And it kind of seeing that kind of made me realize I should have spoken up sooner. I could have, and had that support even beforehand. Because coming back to this and seeing how many people just went up to me and gave me a hug, I'm so glad you're back, you're alive, you're good, you look great. For someone who just had brain surgery 3.5 weeks ago. But it's just having them give that little bit of support to me. It's I was going to come here whether I had that or not, because I wanted to be here. I wanted to see everyone compete. I know, who's been working on the running and who's been working on their lifting. And so to be able to see that in action is just, it's a great feeling.
When you're here, having that community, really be part of a family, is that something that you think is unique to CrossFit? Do you have other groups like family support? What is that dynamic like for you?
not necessarily unique to CrossFit, but I think it's something you always find in CrossFit. I do a program called Misfits Athletic, and it was the same thing. I actually went to the Misfits camp right before surgery, and the coaches were like, "I'm sorry, you're having brain surgery in 2 days." And like it was the same thing. There was so much support, and a lot of these people are people that I've never met before. So to have that support there, like I see it in both of my CrossFit communities, in the programming I do and in the gym that I'm at. And so I think you might find that elsewhere, but you'll always find it in CrossFit.
Knowing that you had surgery just 3.5 weeks ago, you're sitting here right now. I mean, from the outside looking in, I would have no idea. Do you realize that you probably are an inspiration to people, and you are somebody who people can look at and be like, you know, if Holly can do it, I can. Do you get any of that?
Yeah, you know, I never really like think of myself that way. And you're right, without saying anything, the only indication would be that I have a giant scar running up, you know, from the base of my skull to the top of my head. But I think it's something that I want to start thinking about more, because I look up to some people and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it, you know, or they tried, like I want to try too. So to be able to be that for someone else and like help them start CrossFit or reach that muscle up or whatever it is, again, I think that's something else it's a good feeling. And so I would like to pass that on.
And going through, you know, the ultimate adversity, you're still showing up here, you're still running a business right now. Tell me more about the ice cream company. What is it called again?
Stella's.
Yes. Love it. What was the inspiration to start an ice cream business?
So I was looking for a business to buy. I've had a few failed businesses before. And so what really, you know, brought me along to the idea of a franchise is getting, you know, a little bit more of that help and like in some senses that community. And so we bought the rights to Stella's to bring to Phoenix in preparation for my husband retiring from the military, because we weren't sure, you know, what the job market would look like for him. Now it's kind of looking like maybe this is a really good idea, because we don't know what working is going to look like for me. And so we saw Stella's, we saw the marketing, we tasted the ice cream, and we're like, oh yeah, this is a great business all around. Yeah.
What's next for you?
Getting back to full capacity, hopefully being able to do a little bit more every day, opening Stella's, that'll hopefully be coming in winter, sometime January, February, and taking it day by day and, you know, appreciating the little things, I think.
Holly, thank you so much for being here with us. Again, you're truly an inspiration for everybody that sees and hears about your story, and I wish you all of the health and the kindness from the community that you have around you.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.